All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff for Drake. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go now.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Looking to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Dixon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On 1st down, Drake. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll run it here. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there. Nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff looking right. Trucks through it.
Oh, man, right through it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
Off the bootleg. Cunningham. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Cunningham to throw. And it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start.
Here we go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
That was a big-time stop on 3rd down. Offensively, you'd love to tie the game up here, but 3 points might not be a disappointment.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Oh, good move. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they try the right side here. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Corral. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Cunningham. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Cameron Jordan coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's caught. Stills, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, 75 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one taken just inside the 10. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Cunningham looking to throw to the right side and complete to Washington. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Cunningham. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here we go. What? 90. What?
From the gun, Cunningham. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Operating from the gun, Cunningham. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Drake. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Fights and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 2. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the give, this is Drake. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now back to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. In for the score. And the Dolphins are in for 6. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Come on, let's go!
And they'll run it here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Cunningham. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
On 2nd down, here's Cunningham. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now Cunningham. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Cunningham finds an opening past the 40. Throw left side taken in by Washington. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, Cunningham, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Cunningham. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Steelers. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. Oh, nice move. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Cunningham looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ellis. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll run it here. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. A first down carry now for Crowell. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
To throw on 2nd down. Cunningham. Flushed out right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Cunningham. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone Defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
He's got daylight. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Dolphins add on to their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Let's go. What? 90.
Off play action, it's Cunningham. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. That's overload.
Operating from the gun. Cunningham. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ellis. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Let's go. What? 90.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. James has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down. Let's go. Grand.
Back to throw. Cunningham. Throw that side complete to Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15 he goes. So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, we got 4.
Now a handoff working right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hey, you got 3. Here we go. Red 38.
Looking to throw. Cunningham. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
4 down. Check. Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Flex round. Come on, let's go.
From the gun, Cunningham. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Returnable here from the 38. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, Cunningham is going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
And they'll go on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming.
Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Ohio. Ohio.
Operating from the gun. Cunningham. And that is incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now Drake. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go. And the try for 2 is denied. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line and give him a gain of 37. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Cunningham to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go.
Out of the gun here. It's Cunningham. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Well, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Here's Cunningham from the gun. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, here we go! Grand 38!
From the gun, Cunningham. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Hey, hey, hey! We got 4. We got 3. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. A pitch out to Drake. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throw left side complete. It's James. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A good pick up there at 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. He's got his man in the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Cunningham. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check girls, check girls, check girls. Come on, let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
To throw again. Cunningham. Over the middle, complete. It's Frazier. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pick up there, 26 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Miami, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday.